We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Louisiana's offense will take the first swing of the game. And here comes this quarterback. This entire offense is built around him. He is the engine of the entire team.
I mean, he's the leader. He's the alpha. Everybody looks towards him. He's been doing it all year long. Everybody believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Makes the catch. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Trying play action. Throwing right. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field and do it in a variety of ways. That time, they were able to defend the corner route and swat the ball down.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Clark. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Raging Cajuns are flying down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. Makes the catch. It's Sims. I like this, taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
Well, and I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's where quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of space, take advantage of it, get it to my running back, let him chew that up, and now it's easier on the next down.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. A first down run on the doorstep. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll have to be precise from the left hash in this short angle. Oh, the attempt is no good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. First down here for the offense.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Going to take a shot. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That drive a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
That's caught. It's Sims. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Leaves it with the running back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. The sure hands, it's Sims. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Raging Cajuns will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Running it back, it's Odom. And the returner will be brought down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone. Unloads it downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the extra point makes it 14-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First down for this offense. Looking for space, it's Sims. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And that quarterback knew the counter run was going to work on that play because he counted the box defensively before the snap. He saw that he had an advantage in numbers and blockers getting a hat on a hat, so he knew that was a green light. As soon as he got the snap, off they go, and it's an explosive.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Makes the grab outside. It's Clark. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
From the gun, running back on the move.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Brown will throw it. Going for it all. And And that falls incomplete as they tried to wrap up the first quarter with a bang, but the incomplete pass takes us to the second quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Maybe just a shade out of their field goal range, so they'll leave the offense out there on fourth down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. It's fourth down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You know, as an offense, when you're trying to complete these tunnel screens, you're going to have to be able to negotiate some of these defenders near the line of scrimmage. They're all looking to swat it away. Good job by the defense there.
Feeling some heat. He's moving out of the pocket. At the 45, on his way. They finally make the stop, but he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. And the Raging Cajuns headed quickly to the line. He's looking for a man on second down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got a man. It's Clark. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Takes the handoff. It's Parrish.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Back to the ground game on the left. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
Give to the back. Nice move to stay on his feet. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. The Dogs look to keep this drive humming. Right back to the well. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Brown wants to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3. and we're only in the first half.
Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. The Bulldogs getting set on 1st and 10. They're going to run it. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll try the run. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They march 72 yards. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Pressure coming. Looking to scramble. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Sims. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Steps away. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All-time.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They'll go right back to him. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
And runs like that are like body. Match 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses and they test their physicality.
Grab near the marker. It's Marks. Bulldozes him. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Brown will throw it. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Trying to get to it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
This This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Georgia.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He's going to pass. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Still running at the 40. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. The Raging Cajuns want to pick up the tempo. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires left. Complete downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Fair catch called for and made. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he's got it inside the 20. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Athens to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. Each of these 2 offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these 2 passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas between the hedges in Sanford Stadium.
And the Raging Cajuns will kick it off to start the 2nd half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football.
Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. He leaves it with his back. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
On the option. Now the pitch. Jukes his way for more. At midfield, he's got room. Off he goes. Inside the 10. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And this offense has really responded after last week. Last week, man, the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road and win. Come back home, you feel confident, you're in your routine, have answered the bell, took charge of this game late, and looking to go 1-0 this week.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Vanderbilt has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Nashville. They're up by 7 over the Royals. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. To the air on first down. Finds his man down the middle. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. The Raging Cajuns are in the hurry-up.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
On second down, wants to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Clark. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. And the Raging Cajuns line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Brown wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go?
Gonna take a shot. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Touchdown, Georgia! And the stomping has commenced. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
The wide receivers have to understand what part of the field they're on. I got to make sure I have enough space when I run those out routes that when I break, I can catch the football and try to get upfield, get a few more yards. He runs out of space, but he got the catch. He got some positive yards.
The Raging Cajuns will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this all.
Oh, he wants it all. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They're bringing heat. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. A 1st down for the offense. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Clark. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. A big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. He'll pull it down. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Those always sting a little bit. When you get so close to getting the QB to the ground, creating a negative play, and then all of a sudden he turns it into something positive, just really annoying as a defensive guy.
Skips away from pressure. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. Well, they tried the play fake, but it fooled absolutely nobody.
And that's the problem with play-action pass, Reese, is that it takes time to develop. The quarterback's got to fake the handoff, and receivers generally are running routes further downfield, so the
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And the Raging Cajuns decide to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. On the return, it's Odom. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers.
Louisiana 14.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the strong run on second down, third down coming. Do they do it again? Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see...
He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Dogs! And the beatdown has ensued. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field.
Oh, look out. There he goes. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They are really clicking along, first and goal on just the fourth play of the drive. He'll do it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cajuns! This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't. And keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to move it through the air. He's going up top. Reels it in down the left side. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the route is on.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the league. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He'll try to do it himself. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He's back to throw on second down. Trying to make magic with his feet. A solid pickup on the scramble and slide, but there's a flag down. Let's see what that's about. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he breaks into the open. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. You want something to be able to feel positive about after this game, and maybe that late touchdown will do it.
And Reese, I'm positive that stat counts on my stat line. Keep playing. Keep piling up those stats. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Slips through the line, and he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out, trying to get behind the defense. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia! And the pummeling has started.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Line gets set, 1st down. He wants to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Caught near the sideline, it's Clark. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. The Raging Cajuns come to the line with a new set of downs. The aerial assault continues. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
And net. Pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. And the Raging Cajuns will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He gets a block. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Goes to the option. The pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Fires to the middle. It's caught downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. And the Bulldogs are on the move. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Dogs! And the punishment has been extended. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today, they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Going up top on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Clark. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Fires on the move. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Leaves it with the back. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On 1st down, here comes this offense. now and will throw it. He's going to take off. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. The give to the back. And after the short gain, that is going to put this one in the books. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got to stop late. That's why you got the dub.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.